friends, in this video we are studying the different components of the load torque. So first of all we can understand what is the concept of the load torque. For the sake of load torque understanding, we have to understand the different dynamics of electrical drive. What do you mean by the dynamics of electrical drive? Because in electrical drive, that is electrical drives are, if we are employing the electrical motors for motion control, then it is called as electrical drive. So in electrical drive we are using the different types of motors. So as concerned with the block diagram of electrical drive, we are having the different blocks of your electrical drive. So in electrical drive block diagram, now we are considering the motor load combination, that is called as motor, and we are called it as the load combination. So obviously this will be the motor, maybe your DC motor, maybe your AC motor, which will be driving the different types of load. So that load may be your pump, maybe your mixer, maybe your grinder, maybe your residential operation. So this motor will drive this load at the value of the speed, that is the rotational speed. We call it as the angular velocity. So the torque of such motor is called as a motor torque. The direction of that particular motor torque is remaining the same with the value of the angular velocity, and the load that which we are connecting to that particular motor, the load has its torque, which is called as load torque, and the direction of this load torque is always opposing to the motor torque, and this is called as the load torque of your electrical drive. And now in this video we want to find out the different components of such load torque. Now we want to find out the different components of such a load torque in this video. Basically the load torque, which is basically symbolically represented by the TL. This will be the symbolically represented by the TL, and basically this load torque is again that is further divided into following components. Means this load torque of your load, this torque of your load, now it will be divided into some further components. So these further components, first component is called as the friction torque, that will be the indicated by the symbol of TF. This will be the friction torque, first one. Second one, which is called as windage torque, and third one, which is called as torque required to do the useful mechanical work. Means the load torque is again divided into a different components. So the load torque, that is called as TL, now it will be divided into different components. First torque is called as TF, friction torque. Second torque is called as windage torque, that is called as TW. And the third type of torque, which is called as T, that is L. This is T, capital small L, which is called as torque required to do the mechanical work. So the load torque has a different components. First one is a friction torque, windage torque, and the torque required to do the mechanical work, that is called as TL. So these are the different components of load torque. Okay, so will start the understanding of the first component. That is the first component is called as a friction torque. So what do you mean by the friction torque? Friction torque, that is friction will be present at the motor shaft. So obviously this type of friction will be obviously available at the shaft of your motor and also in various parts of load. So the friction will be possible in the shaft of rotor and various parts of load. TF is the equivalent value of various friction torques referred to the motor shaft. So what do you mean by the TF? It is the friction torque which will be the basically referred to the motor shaft and its various parts of your load. So this is called as the first type of torque, which is called as friction torque. Okay, so this will be the first type of torque, which is called as the friction torque, and that will be the equivalent value of the various friction torque referred to the motor shaft. So this will be the first parameter. Then the second type of torque, which is called as windage torque. So the name itself indicates it is the torque which will be basically present due to the wind across the or wind surrounds your motor. So the windage torque, when the motor will runs, wind generates a torque. So surrounding a motor, obviously there should be the availability of wind, and this wind will basically produce its motion, that the motion basically which will opposes the fundamental motion of your motor, and such torque of that particular motion, because as we know that what do you mean by the torque, it is force to cause a motion. So such kind of torque is called as the windage torque. So basically this will be the available in the motor when it will be surrounded by the wind. So this is called as windage torque. Then the third type of torque, that is a component of load torque, that is called as torque required to do the useful mechanical work, and that will be indicated by the value of the TL. So what do you mean by the TL? So obviously nature of this torque is depends upon a particular applications. Means as we know that if we are using one type of motor, that is if we are considering we are using the induction motor for the use of the pump. So the torque of that particular pump, now it is called as the load torque, that is the torque required to do the mechanical useful work. So that will be depending upon the application. Sometime the value of such torque is maybe constant, and the value of that particular torque is independent on speed, and sometime it will happen, this will be the one of the function of speed, but sometime it will be the independent on speed. So it will be depending upon whether it will be dependent or independent, that is depending upon its application. If the application is different, then the value of the dependency of such load torque is different. So this is called as a third type of torque, and this third type of component of torque is called as basically the component which is called as the torque required to do the useful mechanical work. So basically this is will be dependent upon the application of your motor. So if the application is different, then whether its value is dependent or independent, that is depending on basically the load of your motor. So these are called as the different components of load torque. So let's start to understand the next very important components. This is the detailed understanding of the friction torque. So for the sake of understanding of the friction torque, first of all we can understand what do we mean by the friction torque. So this friction torque will be symbolically represented by the first component, that is TF. So in general, the friction and windage torque are grouped together. Basically TF and TW, this is the friction torque, and the windage torque are grouped together. Okay, so basically the magnitude of such kind of friction torque is depending upon the value of the speed. So the value of the TF, that is the torque for the friction, is depending upon the speed. Okay, so obviously its value, its standstill is much higher than its value slightly above zero speed. So obviously the value of the friction torque is slightly higher than its value slightly above the zero speed. So the friction torque has its own value that is slightly greater than the value of the zero speed. Okay, so the friction at zero speed is called as the static friction. So in friction torque there will be the very important term which is called as static friction. So to overcome that particular static friction, if you want to get a starting of your motor, so obviously this motor will have the capacity to overcome the value of the static friction to get the actual value of the frictional torque. So when we called it as the motor is started, the torque is developed by the motor must overcome the friction torque, otherwise motor will not start. And obviously such kind of torque is called as a static friction torque. So if you want to get a starting of motor, obviously the torque developed by the motor will be greater than the static friction torque, then and then your motor will be the running out of condition. So guys, as shown in figure, means this figure shows the variation of the friction torque during the rotation in positive and negative direction. So as we know that in the figure which will be shown by the torque and speed characteristics of your drive, So in drive, we are getting some of the positive value of the friction torque and some of the value of the negative value of the friction torque. So what do I mean by the positive value of the friction torque? Now I can show you. So this will be the value of the positive friction torque. This will be the value of the positive direction friction torque, which will be indicated by TF in positive direction. And as shown in figure, this will be the friction torque, that is the one of the component of the load torque in the negative direction. By the means of this curve, we are getting the actual value of the friction torque. So guys, keep in mind, in friction torque, there is very important parameter. That parameter is called as the static friction torque. So basically in the friction torque, again we can getting the value of the components. So such components of the friction torques are called as the, that friction torque means by the means of this torque, again that the friction torque is resolved into different components. So this will be the value of the TF in negative direction, this will be the value of the TF in positive direction. Now this TF, again we are converting that the friction torque has its different components, means again that TF is one of the component of load torque, but again that TF is resolved into three components, means that the TF is resolved into three components. So what do you mean by the TF? So we are having the curve, that is TF, that is TF, and now this TF has its three different components. Okay, so means what? The TF has its different three components. First component is called as TV, this is called as viscous friction. Then second component is called as TC, this is called as Coulomb's friction. And the third component, which is called as static friction, now we call it as TS. So this will be the very important understanding concept, because as we know that in load torque there will be the three components, that is called as friction. Second one, which is basically called it as the load torque, that is mechanical. And third, that is called as windage torque. Basically the friction torque and windage torque are grouped together, and the third torque, that is the load torque, which is required to do the mechanical work. And in friction torque there are again three components. That three components are called as the viscous friction torque, Coulomb's friction torque, and static friction torque. Okay, so the first torque is called as a viscous friction torque, that is viscous friction torque, we are called it as viscous friction torque. Second, that is Coulomb's friction torque, which will be indicated by TC. And the third type of torque is called as the static friction torque. Again I am repeating, why? Because it will be very important concept. In the load torque we are having the three basic components. First one is called as friction torque, then windage torque, and the mechanical torque to do particular application, that is called as load torque. Again the friction torque has its three different components. First one is called as viscous friction torque, then Coulomb's friction, and the static friction. So guys, after the understanding of this concept, now we can get what do you mean by the friction torque. So we are having the value of the friction torque. So as shown in figure, as shown in that particular figure, again this will be the figure indication, the different types of friction torque. This will be the figure which will be shown by the different types of friction torque. So in friction torque, there are different three types of torques are there. First one, the torque which will be shown by the TV. So this will be the torque which is called as the viscous friction torque. This will be the torque which is called as the TV. This is called as a TV, and this is called as the viscous friction torque. This will be the straight line. The second type of torque, which will be the constant, this is called as the TC. TC is called as the Coulomb's friction. TC is called as the Coulomb's friction. This will be called as the Coulomb friction. And third type of torque, which is called as the basically static friction. And this static friction is shown by here. The static friction will be shown by here. This will be the third type of torque. which is called as TS, that is static friction. So this will be the three components of your friction torque. Again, I am repeating these three components of the load torque. This is called as the positive component. So this will be in positive or the first quadrant, and this will be the in third quadrant. So this is called as the negative component of viscous friction torque. This will be the negative component of the static friction torque. This will be the negative component of the Coulomb friction torque. So this will be the viscous friction, this will be the static friction, and this will be the Coulomb friction. So guys, this will be the actual representation of the various friction torque. And friction torque is, again, I am repeating, that is friction torque is called as the viscous friction, then Coulomb friction, and the static friction. This is called as viscous, Coulombs, and statics, and this is a component of friction torque. So let's we start to understand what do we mean by the viscous friction. So for the sake of the viscous friction, we have to understand this is denoted by the TV. This will be the component of TV which is varies linearly with speed. So this is called as the viscous friction, and the symbol of the viscous friction, that is TV, is equal to B into omega m. So what do we mean by the B? So the value of B is called as the viscous friction coefficient. So the value of B is what? It is called as the viscous friction coefficient, and omega m is a speed in radian per second. So this will be the viscous friction's formula, that is TV is equal to B into omega m. This will be the first component of the friction torque. Then the second component of your friction torque is called as Coulomb friction. Basically, this Coulomb friction, which is independent on the speed, that is not dependent on any speed of the parameter. So such kind of friction torque is called as Coulomb friction. And the third very important type of static friction, that is called as TS. Obviously, friction at zero speed for driving of a motor, torque should be at least exceed the stiction value. So it is present only at standstill, and it is not taken into account in dynamic analysis. So the static friction we cannot take into account in concern with the dynamic analysis. So this will be the present only at a standstill condition, not in dynamic analysis. So in this way, the friction torque, which has a three value, first one is viscous friction torque, second is the Coulomb friction torque, and third type of torque which is called as the static friction torque. So from that, torque number first, torque number second, and torque number third in a friction torque, we are moving towards again the basic concept of torque. So that the basic concept of torque is called as value of the windage torque. So as we know that the windage torque is basically combined together with the friction torque. So the friction torque, which is basically proportional to the speed squared and is given by windage torque, is given by the TW is equal to C into omega m square. So what do you mean by C? C is the value of the constant, and the value of the omega m is called as the speed of that particular windage torque. So from that particular thing, we are getting some of the basic equation of the finite speed of your value, because as we know that the load torque is the component of the friction torque plus windage torque plus load torque for that particular mechanical load. So basically, friction torque, we have the value of the friction torque. We called it as, this will be the TW. The value of TW is again C into omega m square. This will be the value of your friction torque. This will be the value of the windage torque, and this will be the value of the TL. And TL is called as what? It will be the value of the load torque. So from that particular equation, we have get the value of the TF. TF is basically the combination of the Coulomb's friction plus viscous friction plus static friction. And we are having the value of TW, that is windage torque, and the torque for the mechanical load. So from this equation, that is the load torque is equal to Tc plus Tv plus Ts plus Tw plus Tl. Now we are substituting the value of Tw here, So the value of the TW, that is called as C into omega m square. The TL is kept as it is. The TL is kept as it is. The value of TC, or the value of the TV, that is the value of TV, the value of TC is as it is, and obviously the value of the TS, that is the value of TS, which is called as a static friction, and we considered as the static friction is not considering into account. So from that particular thing we are getting the actual value of the load torque, that is the value of the load torque. We are getting the value of load torque. It is a component of the TL. TL is basically, again I can write, it is the TL is the torque, that is the mechanical load torque. The B into omega m, it is TV, viscous friction. TC is the torque of the Coulomb friction, and C into omega m, it will be the torque of the Findage torque. So in this way we are getting the value of the component of load torque is divided into a three type of load torque. That is, first one is called as friction torque, second one is a windage torque, and third one which is called as the load torque to do that particular mechanical work. So this is called as the different components of your load torque. So in this way we have studied or understand the basic concept of the components of the load torque. Along with that, any very important factor which is called as coupling torque. That torque is basically having the value of the torsional elasticity in the shaft coupling to the load of your motor. So the additional component of the load torque are known as the coupling torque, and it will be present when it will be present at the value of the torsional elasticity in the shaft coupling load. Okay, so the coupling torque, this is called as TE. TE is given by KE into theta E. Okay, so TE is called as the coupling torque, KE is called as the rotational stiffness of the shaft, and theta E is called as the torsional angle or the torsion angle of the coupling in terms of radians. So in general, now we can write the fundamental components or the components of load torque is as it is. TL is equal to, that is TF plus TW, it is friction torque plus windage torque plus TL. TL is called as a load torque to do that particular mechanical work, and TE. And TE is what? It is the coupling torque, because while we are taking one of the torsional elasticity value, then we have to consider this the value of the coupling torque. This is called as TE, and that will be depending upon the rotational stiffness. Rotational stiffness means what? T is equal to Ke into theta E, and Ke is called as a rotational stiffness, and theta is called as a torsional angle. So these are the basic components of load torque. So the load torque components are, first one is a friction torque, second one is a windage torque, third one will be the load torque. So in friction torque, again we are having the three types of torque. First one called as viscous friction, second one which is called as static friction, and third one which is called as Coulomb friction. Plus TW is the windage torque, TL is the mechanical load torque, and TE is called as the coupling torque. So these are the different detailed components of your load torque. So in this way, in this video, we have studied the different detailed components of your load torque. So thank you very much.